Okay, so hello everyone. Today I'm going to present my report regarding UK clothing retail online for business analytic and intelligent assessment. The purpose of the report is to examine online clothing retail in UK and give a recommendation for the future growth of industry. The data I need to gather is the 10 companies of UK online clothing retail, which in range from 2013 to 2022. However, 3 out of 10 data only provide not 10-year information, which is from only from 2013 to 2021, 2020, and 2019. The method to use this is to using business analytic with descriptive and predictive to analyze the current data of UK online clothing retail. The tool I use for this report is Microsoft Excel for descriptive analytic and regression, and SPSS mostly for correlation. And for the result, online clothing retail in UK sales start to rise in 2019 due to the COVID. However, some companies' sales drop again after 2021 because people are not being isolated anymore, which makes them can buy product not online. And for regression, liquidity can bring huge effects to profit margin and other factor because another factor. However, current assets have zero correlation with profit margin, showing current asset change won't bring any effect to profit margin. For the recommendation, liquidity mostly affect other data, as I said before, and using this data for decision making can help UK online clothing retail to decide whether they should open online or offline for that region market of that area. The limitation for this data is the difficulty in data collection because some companies' data are not 10 years or even the statistics are they haven't specified for million or billion. So business analytic is a process of gathering and summarizing data and then extract the relevant information to calculate current and future performance, decision making, and intuitive of a business. The scope of business analytic is to summarize past and present event, which is descriptive analytic, and then forecast future event that may occur, which is from correlation and regression. And lastly, to provide recommendation to reach the company desired outcome from all of them, out of the three descriptive analytic, correlation, and regressive. So to start this, I'm going to start to show you the clothing retail UK chart analysis from three of it. From the first one is the retail sales, which you can see it rose up from 2019 to 2021. However, in 2022, they dropped by 10 billion because people start buying product offline because after they're being isolated, they had enough by trying online. They want to try buying offline. However, because of the COVID, which you can see in the middle graph, the Gen Z and millennial consumer preference in 2023, people already who doesn't know how to buy product online after COVID-19, they know how to do it, and then they start realizing how simple is it, time waste, motion waste, and yeah, they can do something else while they order product online and anywhere, which you can see both generation prefer to buy clothing product online. And lastly, in 2022, online versus offline preference. In 2022, you can see most people buy product that people buy online is clothing, with by 43%. So the descriptive analytic is a scope to gather data from the past event until recent event and then summarize everything about it. The data I use for this information is the ASOS PLC turnover and Uniqlo Euro profit margin. And the ASOS PLC turnover, there, as you can see from the turnover from 2013 to 2022, their mean within 10 years are supposed to be 2,252,545 GBP. However, in 2019, which is 7 years before 7 years until they reach 2022, they already exceed their mean prediction, which make ASOS PLC turnover compared to the others already doing really well. The reason ASOS PLC is doing really well is because from 2013, most of their promotional method are mostly from online, from e-commerce, by predicting what e-commerce is going to use and then giving growth to e-commerce so they will try it because people will watch e-commerce sometime. People watch e-commerce sometime. And for Uniqlo Europe, even though Uniqlo Europe haven't reached the mean within 10 years, which is 17%, Uniqlo only reached 11.40%. Uniqlo is the only highest compared to the 10 companies who almost reached the mean, which shows like in profit margin, a lot of companies having similar issues, while Uniqlo only reach high because they have a brand advantage, and even though they're popular, their prices are pretty reachable for other close prices. After explaining about the skill analytic, I'm going to explain about correlation and regression. So correlation is to show linear relationship between two correlation, which you can see in the table on the right. It's correlation. There is a blue and yellow meaning. So blue meaning is it if the sig is below 0.05, which they have a strong relation, while yellow meaning is above 0.05, which is of relation. For the strong positive relationship between you can see that liquidity and profit margin from their Pearson correlation is 0.450, while their P is 0.01, which is below 0.05. This shows they have strong and positive relationship. However, for the current asset and profit margin, the other different comparison I'm going to provide is the current asset and profit margin. They don't have any relationship, but they are positive because their R is 0.019, but their P to tail is 0.855, almost near 1. And after this, I'm going to explain regression. Regression is a tool to show how independent X affect dependent. Okay, so for the first regression, it's between liquidity X and profit margin Y, which is how liquidity can affect profit, how liquidity performance can affect profit margin. From the table, you can see that liquidity and profit margin, they have strong relation because in the regression table, the line which is a vertical above, which it means positive. And from the R squared, it's also 0.221, which you can say it by 22%. It means liquidity, any liquidity change can bring a huge affection to profit margin. However, for the regression between current asset and profit margin, when current asset is X and profit margin is Y, their R squared is 0.004%. It shows approximately 0%, which means they didn't bring any correlation, which you can see from the table. If the line is horizontal, it means they didn't bring any relation. If it is vertical above, it's positive, and it's vertical below, it's negative. It shows that current asset change, it won't bring any affection to profit margin. So for the conclusion, online clothing retail in UK rose due to the COVID-19 between 2019 to 2021. However, after that, people start buying clothing offline again, which reduce every data for all, UK online clothing. Liquidity brings huge affection to profit margin due to its huge correlation, and current asset didn't bring any affection to profit margin. For the recommendation, clothing retail in UK need to focus more on profit margin to improve quality service of online clothing retail UK, because profit margin compared to the other is the one who mostly bring affection to the other factor. Clothing retail UK can also use this data to decide which region have percentage of people who are to buy offline or online regarding clothes. And lastly, liquidity brings huge affection to the majority of other data in online clothing retail UK. And these are the reference that I use for this report. And thank you for listening to this presentation.